What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action, spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Pelososo. Changing things up here. In the left side of the map, in the red color, playing as Loki. His name is Madjuda. Madjuda. The map is Watering Hole. This is game number 2 of this best of 3 series for effectively the guaranteed position in the Challengers League and potentially also moving forward a position in the Champions League if they can continue to play well and find their wins in this qualifying stage. Pelososo playing out of his mind in that first game, really looking like an incredibly high level player, in all honesty, in terms of decision making and not overcommitting anywhere and just playing around his weaknesses beautifully. We'll see what he's going to do here. Changing away from Hades when he had so much success with the Hades here. An interesting decision. We'll have to wait and see if it's going to be working out for him in this one or not, especially knowing that he's against Loki. Odin versus Loki is a very strange matchup in that Odin can can be the aggressor or in this matchup and find wins really early. Odin can also play defensively here and find wins in the heroic age with the frost countering the flaming weapons. Odin can also find wins in the mythic age with Ragnarok to overpower the Loki player's mass myth unit army. So the Loki player has 3 different things here that he has to really worry about to find a win against Odin. So firstly is he has to play nice and defensively at the start, make sure that he doesn't just get pushed off hunt and immediately lose. The second one is he has to really know when his opponent is going to be hitting the heroic age. If he's already in the heroic age, you have to ask the question, so if the Loki player is in the heroic age earlier, you have to ask the question, is my opponent currently advancing to the heroic age themselves? Because I can count numerous amount of games where a Loki player has clicked flaming weapons, 5 seconds later, Skadi has come in, his entire army has been frosted, and the game is completely over. So they have to be really aware of what's going on where that's concerned. And then finally, the Loki player has to realize, hey, I'm not winning in the heroic age here. I need to start thinking about how I'm going to defend against Ragnarok. Because Ragnarok, for certain civilizations, say Egyptian and Greek, can be a very defensible god power. You can defend it. I've lost many a game clicking Ragnarok against Greek and against Egyptian. But against Norse and against Atlantean, that's where you have to go the extra mile to really start figuring out how you're going to be able to defend the entirety of that god power and find a win. So we'll see if Madjuda has got what it takes here to be winning in this game, or if things are going to be a little bit out of his reach. As Pelososo here getting his temple up. It's a little bit late, so this is very different to what we see the top Odin players doing. 340-ish, 345-ish. Classical age here for Pelososo as he is going up through Freya and considerably further behind Madjuda. So one thing that this does is it gives Pelososo more resources to play with. If you get the villager out, you can see this is potentially 2 villages more than Madjuda here in this early game. So he's going to have somewhere in the vicinity of 120 extra resources to play with in the early game. So Madjuda right now needs to find that advantage by finding some attacks early on. So whether he finds that by attacking villages with the Hursa, or deciding to maybe even just take down some Zebra here with his Hursa, or whatever else he wants to try here, he needs to get a little bit of damage or he will just simply be behind from the get-go. Not only that, Pelososo is using his 120-ish resources plus 50 extra to give himself pickaxe. So he's going to have pickaxe over Madjuda, who has got no economic upgrades. So this is going to mean that over the course of this game, Pelososo should start overtaking Madjuda's resources very fast. So we'll have to wait and see how this is all going to go. We've already got a couple of Hersa out for Pelososo. The longhouse is coming down, walls coming up. He's playing this one very, very defensively. We'll have to wait and see how things are going to be able to work out here. As the Hersa coming through yet again, trying to take down these villages. Every little bit of idle time here that Madjuda causes is a little bit of him getting that advanced time back, those lost resources. So just to clarify exactly how it works, these villages here, they were idle for, let's just say it was 5 seconds. That's going to be around about 5 times 5 resources lost. So around about 25 resources. I don't think it was quite 5 seconds, but you see what I mean? That's the kind of little bits of damage you need to do to make up for the lost resources early. And on the other side of the coin, you really want to stop that as much as you can if you're on the defensive side. You want your villagers to be gathering as much as they possibly can. As we are seeing, the troll over here actually looks like it probably will be able to take down that raven there and continue to hold on to this hunt. As we see the Valkyrie getting pushed back by Madjuda's Hersa over here. Hall of Thanes coming through as well here for Madjuda. Is just going to be ready to start making something happen with that. Wall's already up over here, making sure his base is nice and defensive. I mean, honestly, it's a bit of a strange thing here. I'm not exactly sure what Madjuda is thinking. He sent his villagers up to the top side of the map. He does have elephant over here. There's a lot of resources in this position, but he's defended the bottom side of his base mostly over here. These walls over here, this tower getting walled in, this wall here, the buildings over here, the rhino over here, also the zebra over here. I'm surprised he didn't send it down to the other side of the map, because it's really going to be an opening for Pelososo to get some raids coming through here in this game. As we do see the Hersa now pushing through, going to start getting a little bit of damage onto the temple. Madjuda are going to be doing that. Pelososo needs to start thinking about how he's going to be defending that one. We do see raiding cavalry coming out, as well as throwing axemen. This isn't really the army composition that I recommend for Odin players if you're playing on the defensive side of things. I recommend Hersa and throwing axemen rather than the raiding cavalry, but going for a handful of raiding cavalry, if this is what Pelososo's idea is, to get some actual raids in, is a really good idea. So if he actually cuts these at, let's just say, maybe 5 or 6 raiding cavalry and just starts raiding with that, and then goes into Hersa throwing axemen for the remainder of his army, that'll make a lot of sense here. You can see a lot of food in the bank as well for Pelososo at this point, so it does make a ton of sense here if he's going to swap into that army composition moving forward. As Madjuda has to retreat back at this time here, as we see one Hersa almost getting taken down, and now the raids are going to start coming through. No, he turns around. Hersa getting caught out. One Hersa does get taken out. Pelososo, yet again, playing this matchup really, really well thus far. He's actually ready to start advancing to the next age as the raids starting to come in. And this is going to be a position now where I was talking about Madjuda. He doesn't need to be in this position over here. He's going to be losing a ton of villages here just to this small raid that Pelososo is sending through. The one thing that Pelososo could be doing here, instead of building dwarves, is building gatherers, and he could definitely be advancing here. As the raiding cavalry coming through, we do see Hersa making their way over here, but the villagers are going to start getting taken out. They are going to be retreating away from the elephant for the time being. One very low HP villager here is going to be getting taken down, potentially the ox cart as well, maybe getting taken down. We do see a Einiyar spawn there, and that's going to be the cue for Pelososo to be retreating away, as hand axe also coming through here. The villagers retreating back to the main base. We do see this wall getting broken down, and Pelososo going to be pulling his villagers off of the zebra here, as the throwing axeman coming through to attempt to rebuild this wall over on this position, as it looks like where's the remainder of Pelososo's army coming through here to defend. Nice picks here for Madjuda. Every single little bit of damage you do with Loki is resources gained, and he knows this. I mean, obviously with Norse it's the same, but actual resources are gained rather than just favor if you kill units with the Loki Hersa. So very, very smart play there. We'll see if he's going to get a little bit more damage done before he decides to pull away, as these raiding cavalry go down incredibly fast with only, is it 20% hack armor? With only 20% hack armor. So a lot of damage that can be dealt by those Hersa, as a random throwing axeman is just finding his way across the map. Not sure what he's doing. Again, so floating a lot of food here. I'm not 100% sure why that is. He's got himself 16 dwarves on gold. As these Hearths are getting caught out, we do see a Valkyrie spawn here. That's not going to be that much of a help in this fight, as Madjuda, he is losing so many units here. Pelososo is in such a commanding position moving forward in this game, as the raiding cavalry now swinging back up. They're still going to be looking to take out these dwarves up here. Dwarves on the elephant at this point. It's 890 resources over here for Pelososo. So the forest fire coming through. Those dwarves are getting completely caught out on this forest fire. Lots of damage coming through as they're retreating back. We'll see how many of these units are actually going to be falling here, as Pelososo, I think he's just playing a little bit too defensive with his army. He could totally have pushed through here. Do we see an armory down? A barracks coming down. Skadi now coming through for Pelososo. He's in such a commanding position. Just needs to get upgrades, start pushing forward, and he will be able to have a significant advantage moving forward. It looks like only one dwarf was picked off, even utilizing that forest fire on those dwarves. I'm surprised he didn't get more kills than that. Could have been absolutely game ending here, but unfortunately for Pelososo, or fortunately for Madjuda, Madjuda gets to continue along, still gathering a lot of resources. 99 population for Madjuda. Majority of that population is in Hearthstone as well. So this army is still very, very scary for Pelososo to deal with. But look at this. Pelososo has got 63 favor, plenty of throwing axemen. He's going for a Townsend. I'm not sure I 100% agree with that one, which much rather see him just rush Mythic Age here, rather than that second town center. But the things that he can do going into the, as he does pick off that Ox Cart, nice to pick off. The thing that Pelososo could do right now is simply just get himself heavy infantry, get himself Huntress Axe, and go Mythic Age for Ragnarok, click Ragnarok, and I don't think that Madjuda at this point in the game would be able to hold even just like a 35-40 villager Ragnarok. I don't think he'd be able to hold that at this point, especially with Frost deal with flaming weapons coming through, would be absolutely huge. But Pelososo now has his second town center, so he's going to have even more of a large Ragnarok. We'll see what he's going to be going for. You do see a temple coming up. He wants to be making those Frost Giants. Frost Giants obviously really, really good against Njord. Njord coming through here for Madjuda. That's not what we expected. This means that Pelososo can actually just use Frost whenever he wants to actually just take out the entirety of those of that Hearthstone army, and there's not going to be any real consequences moving forward, as we do see the raiding cavalry now chasing away the dwarves. One thing that maybe Pelososo did not account for here is that he's throwing axes going to be caught out of position. He also doesn't have that heavy infantry through just yet, which is vitally important, as the Hearthstone coming through, going to be sniping a handful of units over here. Hearthstone coming through onto this position as well, as Madjuda trying to turn in, take out this fight as best as he possibly can. But the raiding cavalry aren't really in here, and all of those thrown axemen will be getting taken out here, as we see the Frost getting thrown down. This is not the real Frost usage you want to be using at this point here. You want to be getting all your units onto this and potentially playing around Bragi, but we saw Njord coming through here. What is Madjuda going to be doing with Njord in this fight? I have no idea. That doesn't, to me, there is no unit or no upgrade that helps you in this fight, as we see Walking Woods getting cast on this bottom forest over here. Because you think about the upgrades that Njord gets you, you get yourself Walking Woods, which obviously is something that at least you could use over flaming weapons, but you get yourself a Mountain Giant, that's not going to be useful. You get yourself stronger Jarls, that's not going to be useful. You get yourself stronger ships, that's not going to be useful. So what is Madjuda's plan here, as all of his Hearthstone seem to be getting absolutely demolished in this game? Now we've got the Walking Woods, the Valkyrie moving into the main base. The units are out of position here for Pelososo, and these are really strong units here, really strong siege units here, as we see Hell coming through for Madjuda as this is all going on. But 6 Walking Woods will be able to take down a town center, and this has been Madjuda's plan the whole time. Distract the army out of position, take the town center down. What can Pelososo do now? Nothing. He's going to be losing this town center. He's too far out of position. Does it matter or not, though, is the big question here, because Pelososo, he can simply just take his time now. His only thing he really has to worry about in this game moving forward is the Nidhogg and is fire giants basically, but he's got the frost giants to deal with the fire giants, and he's got enough throwing axemen if he gets the upgrade to deal with that as well. As we see the raiding cavalry coming in to try and take down these walking woods trees. They got 280 HP. They got 30% hack armor. They deal 7 hack damage, so they probably will be able to deal with the majority of those raiders. Now, one other thing that you can potentially do here, if you are Pelososo, as we will probably be seeing him trying to advance here, he's actually losing his town center. He's just start getting town centers over here. He is getting this one on this position as well, as it does look like those walking woods will be all cleaned up. But Madjuda is causing so much chaos here for Pelososo. He gets another mountain giant spawn here as the village is getting taken down. And honestly, right now, Madjuda is making me eat my words. Potentially, Njord is the better pick here in this matchup. Getting mountain giants to take down this town center is going to be absolutely huge. One frost giant will put a stop to a little bit of this town center from going down, but we do see, look at that beautiful frost giant freeze over there, as we do see the Nidhogg coming down onto this position over here, as the Valkyrie will be getting taken down. This gold mine has only got itself 1,000 gold left. Immediate rampage coming through for Madjuda as he wants to start immediately building those fire giants there. Where's the temple at? This technology only costs 20 favor, and it allows you to spend your favor immediately if you've got, obviously got the resources to do so. Wait, what is happening? How is this mountain giant still attacking? What is this frost giant doing? He's just patrolling back and forth. What are you doing, you frost giant? You need to attack the mountain giant, and the town center goes down. Pelososo back down to 1 town center here after all is said and done. I don't know what happened in this game, but Madjuda has fought his way back in. We see Balder clicked up here for Pelososo. 37 villages in the bank here at this point. Where's the Nidhogg? Nidhogg going after this town center as well. I believe a Nidhogg, if it's only attacked by a town center, can actually win this fight. 2,000 HP versus 2,800 HP, does 40 crush damage a second or something crazy like that. And we do see, look at the fire giants coming through here. You do still have the frost giant that can come through and freeze the fire giant. You have to be microing this one if your name is Pelososo here, as he's trying to chase down that fire giant over there. We do see that the mountain giant does fall as villagers coming through over here, and we'll see how things are going to shape up. And this is that point that we were kind of talking about earlier. After all is said and done with the Loki, your final thought in this matchup has to always be, how do I defend Ragnarok? And look at this. He's got a gold mine over here. He's got a gold mine over here. The Raven spotted this one. He's got a gold mine over here, and I believe there is not another gold mine. So really here, Pelososo, he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff he needs to do, but he doesn't have that many villagers left. He's lost a lot of villagers here, and it's 16 minutes into the game. He should probably be sitting somewhere like 60 villagers, not 30 villagers. More villagers going down. This town center going down as well. And Pelososo, he's in pure panic mode. He's trying to get raids in. He's trying to deal damage all over the place. His frost giants are out of position as these frost giants come through. Ragnarok is going to be coming in. 29 villager Ragnarok. Pelososo, he doesn't need to click the Ragnarok here, and he might just do that. He might just click it, and it would be a huge misplay right now. He clicks the Ragnarok. Pelososo goes from a very, very winning position without clicking Ragnarok into a potential losing position here. He's got, what is it, 192 population to 110. So he can still win this one with this Ragnarok. It's definitely possible, but he has to play it really cleanly. He's taking down the units over here on this situation, and we'll see how things are going to be coming through. Watchtowers come through for Madjuda over here in the main base, and we'll see what else he's going to be able to do to defend this one. 102 population, 115. It's going to be difficult. He's got all these units in the main base of Pelososo taking everything down. This is actually really, really huge to finish off this main base of Pelososo. How many frost giants are here for Pelososo? He's just got what looks to be the one frost giant, which means Madjuda's myth units will actually be able to kind of win this fight potentially eventually here. Yeah, it looks like they will. And we do see all of these units moving in onto this middle of the map here. We see the Ravens scouting around, preventing gold from coming through Pelososo. He's still going to have a market. He's still going to have a handful of villagers chopping wood, getting farms, getting food. So we'll be able to trade for golds here as the army coming through. But are there enough Hero of Ragnaroks here to take out this town center, take out all the villagers? It looks like he's still he's too distracted with these frost giants over here, utilizing throw an axeman to kill off frost giants when he could easily just send like 2 or 3 Hero of Ragnarok back home to deal with it. In fact, he's got them right here. He could have sent these back home to deal with these, sent all of those to an axeman forward and been in a much, much better position to kind of take out the main base of Madjuda. But Pelososo, so he's not managed to figure that one out. There is still also the Nidhogg here. And the other thing is, Pelososo is not going to be able to shoot up anymore. Look at the resources. He doesn't have enough resources here to build a town center. He's not going to be able to shoot up. He's got raiding cavalry queued up. He can cancel those raiding cavalry and that Hersa to get the food back, rebuild this town center. Shouldn't be a problem here. He's got the Frost Giant to click off as well. But he still just sent the Heroes of Ragnarok back to kill these myth units. What are you doing, Pelososo? Madjuda here. He is still trying to figure out how he can get a little bit of resources left. He's going to get 59 of 95 population. The Nidhogg's going to fly back in, go straight after those throwing axemen. And again, Pelososo, he can't shoot up after he loses all of those throwing axemen. And I don't believe he's got the bonus damage against the Nidhogg either. As the Ulfsark coming through, the Hero of Ragnarok finally come back into the main base to deal with those myth units, as the army now pushing into the main base, trying to take out this town center over here. The Nidhogg can just sit back here, take out these units. Those towers doing tons of damage here. And Pelososo, I mean, he's got a mountain to climb. He's 26 villages behind here. He doesn't have a town center. He can still cancel these units if he can figure it out. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult, and he can start the production back up. He doesn't have any farms left. He's got no town centers. He's in a very difficult position. He can build himself a fire giant here. One fire giant, I believe, beats a Nidhogg. Someone might want to confirm or deny that for me, but I think one fire giant can take out a Nidhogg, and he does have the temple over here. He does have the resources if he cancels the frost giant here. Even if he doesn't, he does have the resources to build a fire giant, but he's got no houses remaining here. As the fire giant's out. Excuse me. The fire giant is out. He can move over here and deal with this one. We see the dwarves back over onto this gold mine for a hot second, as the Ulfsark is going to be coming through here to check this position out. Going to be able to take this one down. Is Madjuda still building villages out of his main base? Yes, he is, but he's about to lose all of these dwarves on the top side of the map. He's got some random dwarves over here as well, as we see Pelososo moving down to the bottom side of the map as well. The Nidhogg coming back over here. Fire giant going to be attempting to take out the Nidhogg, as the Heroes of Ragnarok swinging around here to see what they can do. Pelososo just doesn't know how to get in here and deal with this, as the dwarves all getting taken down. The ox cart gets finished off here. A couple more dwarves going down on this position. The villagers getting pushed off of that wood line over here, but the fire giant now getting taken down. This was everything for Pelososo. He needed this fire giant alive, and Madjuda snipes it. Basically, it's down to 91 HP. The Nidhogg is still at 1300 HP. Hasn't been able to get any damage onto it here. Now, we do have to still remember that we can get ourselves, Pelososo can get himself out a fire giant in this game. Still, he's got enough resources to spam his houses back up, build a fire giant, and continue here with his Ragnarok. But I mean, how does he really push in and take out this base? He can use the one fire giant or two fire giants to take out the towers, push through the middle here, take down these houses, start taking down the town center. We see a marker coming up for Madjuda here to trade some resources again. The dwarf over here getting taken down. Effectively right now, Madjuda is gold starved. Pelososo's got 0 resources, 0 income, and 94 population. Slowly but surely, however, if you take a look at how much the market is, selling wood, building units, very, very possible here for Madjuda as well. Even selling food is going to be a possible way to go. As you look at this damage here that comes in from the fire giant, it does 30 damage a shot. Is that right? No, wait, that was 75 to 25. That's 50 damage a shot. 50 damage a shot from the fire giant. He could have easily killed this Nidhogg if he just kept care of the fire giant here as the dwarves retreating back into the main base over here. And we do see this Herso. Looks like it might almost get taken out. Going to be retreating back to the main base here. There's units checking out all of the gold mines at this point. Slowly but surely, these Herso are going to be getting trained though, as Madjuda, like all he needs to do is sit in his base. All he needs to do is sit in his base, and there's kind of nothing that Pelososo can do. And slowly but surely, Madjuda gets back up to 115 population. Pelososo, even with the Heroes of Ragnarok, there's no upgrades on them. These Herso are pretty damn strong. 182 HP, 10 damage per second. They're going to be able to trade slowly but surely back into this game, especially with that Nidhogg not being able to get attacked at all. As Madjuda moves back into the main base here, sitting underneath all these towers, you can just leave this Nidhogg here to get some damage done. Fire Giants swinging around, trying to deal with this. Dwarves, villagers getting taken down. Still more villagers getting trained, though. There's, how many farms here? 9 farms, 11 farms here for Madjuda, and he just retreats back into his town center, moves back up to the top side. There are units at the top side over here as well for Pelososo, as Madjuda are trying to make a run for it over there, but will he be able to? Well, he's using a lot of villagers here. This could be a throw from Madjuda as the Hersa coming through. Maybe there's going to be some sort of huge myth unit spawn here as well for Madjuda moving forward. Looks like he doesn't get it. The units do make their way through. These units over here trying to steal this healing spring, get that fire giant back up to full HP. Or something like that isn't a bad play in the slightest, as the Ulfsark come through here trying to snipe these units, trying to prevent that gold front line from being gathered from. As more units coming through here. I mean, Pelososo could simply just take out the farms as well here. If he just takes out the farms as well, that's going to be a stop to the food income. But Pelososo decides to tap out here. He taps out. He could have continued. He totally could have won this game. This game is not over just yet. He's got enough resources to throw houses down, get himself another fire giant, potentially get himself just a few more resources. I just don't think he realized how to continue here in this game. And Madjuda steals a victory here somehow, some way in this game. What an insane game here. I thought Pelososo just had this one so far. He had it so won here. Madjuda going Njord here. The Frost taking down an entire Loki army, but then not defending against that, not being aware of that attack, pushing in. Pelososo, you just had to play defensively here, get a decent Ragnarok off, maybe like a 50 villager rag, a 60 villager rag, stop losing all of his villagers, stop trying to put pressure on and just defend, and he would have been able to win this incredibly easily. But instead, he gets put into this position where he clicks rag at 29 villagers. He didn't have to click rag then, but he did, and he just could not find his way back into this, or find a victory with that Ragnarok. And Madjuda gets the dub, leveling this series 1-1 here, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys enjoy this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.